going on, everybody? I'm here today for RBL Season 5 Week 3 match for the Baltimore Ravias versus the Portland Timburrs and their head coach, Tokelandia. My team is this one right here that you see right in front of you. His team is the team on the other side. Team builder will be in the description. It'll be the first thing you see. So if you want to see what my team is, why I'm running the sets I'm running, whatnot, team will be right there. It's been a few days since I had this battle and since I uploaded the team builder. I uploaded the team builder the day I had the battle, so it was last Thursday. Today is Wednesday. Sun and Moon came out on Friday, so I played a lot of that, and I wanted to hopefully try to get this video recorded and out before Sun and Moon happened, but it didn't. But the other thing is that this week, week 4 is extended for another week. So, it'll be an interesting scenario. So I kind of also felt like maybe I should just wait a little bit longer, put this one out. So when week 4 comes out, probably next week, I'll probably have my battle at some point this week. I might record it sometime this weekend and then upload it all at some point next week, just to make things more smooth. But we're here. We have the Gliscor, Heliolisk, Meowstic, Entei, Weavile, and Aggron. He has the Slowking, Gardevoir, probably Mega, Tornadus, Tangrowth, Mienshao, and Donphan. Sorry, I don't know why my voice just went all bad, but I'm looking at his team and I'm thinking my two lead options are either, of course, Meowstic or Weavile, but I feel like Donphan is his best lead option. So leading with Weavile might be my best play. So I'm going to lead off with Weavile, and he is going to lead off with Mienshao. So something I didn't want him to lead with. So I'm going to switch out immediately and bring in Gliscor. Gliscor is definitely going to be safe because, he's not going to miss it. He's not going to click anything other than Drain Punch. He's going to take the opportunity to possibly KO Weavile. So I'm going to bring in Gliscor, get the free Toxic Orb off, go for Protect in case he had Ice Punch. Just to scout what he wanted to do, but he's just going to switch out anyway. I'm not going to stay, and I'm going to switch out. I'm going to Meowstic. Meowstic is designed to be able to stop this thing somewhat. Scald will still do a decent amount of damage, but I can still hit it with some attacks. He's going to go for the light screen, though, and he's going to go... I'm going to go for the light screen. He's going to click Toxic. Not great, but could be worse. I'm going to click Shadow Ball. Going to get a crit on his Slowking. He's going to go for the Skull. It's going to do 16%. It's do basically nothing. At this point, I don't think he's going to want to try to fight me, but I also don't want to lose this thing to toxic damage, so I'm going to switch into Heliolisk, hoping he would go for the Scald, but he doesn't. He clicks Slack off and heals, and he's going to switch out. I predict that. I'm going to click Hyper Voice, get some damage off on the Donphan, and then I'm going to have to switch out, because I can't Volt Switch, so I'm just going to switch out, bring in Gliscor, and he's going to click the Stealth Rock. So rocks are now up on the field. They're not going anywhere because I don't have Defog, obviously, on Gliscor. And I don't have my Rapid Spinner. So he's going to Ice Shard, I'm going to Stealth Rock. So we exchange rocks basically over the course of 2 turns. He can get rid of rocks with his Donphan, and my goal is just to stop his Donphan from keeping them away. So I'm going to try to do as much damage to Donphan as possible, possibly KO Donphan, do whatever I can. He's going to get a crit Ice Shard, doesn't even KO, going to go for the Stealth Rock. This turn I'm going to either switch out or click Protect. I'm going to click Protect. See what he wants to do. He's going to Rapid Spin, so the rocks are not gone just yet. The problem is that he is now at 55%. He's going to be able to get rid of them pretty soon. But I'm going to Earthquake, bring him down to 36%. He's going to go for the Rapid Spin. And at this point, I can KO him if he decides to stay in. If he stays in, he loses this Donphan, but he chooses to switch out. Predicting this to possibly happen would have been a better play. I should have known he was going to switch out, but I just clicked Earthquake anyway, just to get some chip damage off on anything, but I could have set up rocks again for free. So then, Tornadus there would have come in, wouldn't have come in on this turn. But the way he brought it in scared me, because if it had Superpower, it would have done way too much damage. And he goes for Superpower, and I was like, yep, we don't want this. So he U-turns out, I get up, free rocks this turn. That's what I'm going to do. He's going to go into Slowking. I don't care. I get up free rocks. Do whatever you want. You know, your heart's desires. I'm going to protect. See if he has clicks Scald. He clicks Ice Beam. So I know now that he has a move specifically for Gliscor. Don't want to deal with that. I'm going to switch out. And I'm going to bring in Meowstic again. And he's going to click Ice Beams and do 25%. Meowstic's kind of hurting. Meowstic's not going to last for much longer. So this is a turn of get up the light screen and see what I can do. But I actually click Thunder Wave first. Thinking he would possibly switch into something, and then this is the turn where I have to decide, do I just light screen or go for the damage? I decide just to click light screen, get some damage off, prevent, you know, Gardevoir from doing anything really too much. So I'm going to get up the light screen. Meowstic's going to faint to the Toxic, and that is the first death of the game. But I'm going to bring in Entei, and I'm just going to click Sacred Fire as he Mega Evolves and get rid of Gardevoir. So just like that, it's now tied 5-5. So that was nice. He's going to bring in Slowking. Obviously, I can't deal with this thing, so I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to bring in Heliolisk, because Heliolisk is going to switch in, and he's going to click Toxic, which is not cool, dude. That's like the worst thing that he could have done, but it made sense as a play. I know he's going to go into Donphan here, so I'm going to click Hyper Voice just to get rid of this Donphan, keep the rocks up on his side. That's what he does. So no more Donphan, which means rocks are up for good on his side. They're up for good on my side too, but I feel a little bit more comfortable at this point. I mean, I have two things weak to them, but I can play around them. He's going to U-turn out with Tornadus as I bring in Gliscor, and he's going to bring in his Tangrowth, which is something cool and interesting. I've been wanting him to go for knockoff the entire match. He's going to go for the Hidden Power. Now, that Hidden Power, probably Ice. Most likely it's Ice, but it could be fighting for the Weavile. You know, I wasn't too sure. I was assuming the entire time that it was Ice, but him switching out made me think, oh, maybe it is fighting. You know, maybe he is running Hidden Power fighting, but I'm going to switch out and bring in Entei. So he predicted me there, which is, you know, good on his part. Good play on him. I'm going to bring in Heliolisk now. Hopefully he clicks, you know, something. He clicks Toxic. Just hoping that I can get him to click Scald, but he's not biting, because clearly I haven't shown that I'm dry skin. He doesn't know that I'm dry skin, but it's the most logical thing. But I'm going to Volt Switch now. Since Donphan's gone, I can safely Volt Switch. And I'm going to bring in Gliscor, who's going to just go for the Acrobatics KO at this point. I'm going to go for the Acrobatics, get the KO. Boom! We are now up 5-3, but, you know, that doesn't really say a lot. We have Heliolisk, who's basically dead. We got some things that, you know, don't want to take rocks damage. And, you know, our team's not super bulky at this point. Here I make a risky play and go into Aggron. If he clicks Scald, he'll do a lot of damage. If he clicks Ice Beam, he'll do nothing. And he goes for the Ice Beam. The problem is I need to KO right here with a Head Smash in order. Like, if I hit KO with a Head Smash, I'm good. Doesn't do enough. Scald is going to knock me out. So Aggron is going to not get any KOs. But, I mean, I think the amount of damage it did to Slowking is huge. I'm going to bring in Weavile, because I can knock off and get rid of the Slowking, and we are now up 4-2. So it's looking pretty good for us, but there's still a lot that could go wrong, because he's going to click Superpower here. But I can KO it with an Icicle Crash if he doesn't have the Yachi Berry, but he does have the Yachi Berry. He's going to Hurricane and get the KO on us. I think that's a great play on his part. I think he played that very, very well. Here we are in a very, very, very tough predicament, in that I don't outspeed this Tornadus. That's no surprise. I don't outspeed it. So I can click Extreme Speed and get rid of it, but then Tangrowth comes in. I can't really touch it that much. Now what I could do is I could just switch out. I have it to the point where I can come back in and live another Stealth Rock. So if he does stay in and I click Extreme Speed, Tornadus drops. He brings in Tangrowth. I can just switch into Heliolisk, let Heliolisk drop to rocks, and bring Entei right back in. And just click Sacred Fire then, and then if that doesn't KO, then I can just bring in Weavile, go for the Acrobatics, and KO. So that's the mindset that I have with Extreme Speed. If I click Sacred Fire, I feel like I lose, because if I click Sacred Fire and he switches or he stays in, I lose Entei. If I click Sacred Fire switches out, well then Tangrowth takes a whole bunch of damage. It was a good play. It's kind of a hard predicament here, and I could lose. I could still lose at this point if I do the wrong thing. But I figure that Extreme Speed is the safest play, so I'm going to go for the Extreme Speed. He is going to switch out into Tangrowth. I'm going to click Extreme Speed and take 37, or 37%. So this is a decent amount of damage. At this point, I know that what I have to do at this point is just keep Extreme Speeding to get as much damage as possible. He's going to go for the Ancient Power, get the crit and KO. It doesn't really matter, but I can bring in Gliscor at this point. An Acrobatics will kill Tangrowth, and an Acrobatics at this point will kill Tornadus Therian. At least two of them will. One of them does enough to KO Therian. Tangrowth is going to come back in now. And Acrobatics should do the job here as well. He's going to go for Hidden Power Ice. Does 95%. Very scary moment. That was something I was worried about. But we get the crit. I don't know how much the crit mattered. I didn't do any calcs on it. But we do manage to pick up a win. Our first win of the season. So we are now 1-2. That's a manageable record. Next week we play the Vancouver Ursaring, who are the Season 4 Flair champions and the Season 4 Grand champions. So they're going to be a rough team to go up against, but we can manage. I think that this game, there were, had I lost my item on Gliscor like I'd hoped I would, things wouldn't have been as bad. It was I think the Slowking was, I think, the biggest thing that really hurt me on Tokelandia's team. Slowking Toxic Gliscor would shut down Gliscor, or not Toxic Gliscor, Toxic Heliolisk would shut down Heliolisk from doing a lot of the stuff that it would have liked to do, from being able to go for all the attacks that it would have liked to go for. I couldn't use it at the end of the game because if I brought it in, it was gone. It had too little HP to come back in on Stealth Rocks. So, I mean, he shut down Heliolisk, had that Hidden Power Ice KO'd Gliscor. I lost the match because Heliolisk couldn't come back in. It had too little HP. So it was very, very close. I think it was a great match. You know, I don't have much else to say. I'm glad we got the win. Gliscor picked up, I believe, 3 KOs in that match, which is pretty cool. He's now I believe he's my, if not, he might not be my KO leader. He's not my KO leader, but he's my differential leader. He's got like +2 or +3 differential. I think it's +2 because he fainted in week 2. But that is that. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out a lot. Whatever you want to comment about or give me constructive criticism. That's all cool. But I'll see you guys next time. Have a fantastic day, and peace.